Hallo graad 8, ek hoop dit gaan goed met julle. Ek gaan gou in hierdie video kyk na oefening 24. So maak seker dat jy jou pink handboek oop het op bladsy 57. En dan gaan jy sien wat ek nou op die skerm vir jou wys. Okay, oefening 24. Wat maak hom anderste as die oefeninge wat ons die afgelope tyd gedoen het? Okay, nou onthou, ons het nou gefokus die laaste ruk op die kontantontvangste joernaal en toe het ons ook die kontantontvangste joernaal oorgeboek na die algemene grootboek toe. Okay, so that's what we've been doing the last few sections. We've been completing cash receipts journals and then we've posted the cash receipts journal to the general ledger. Okay, but unfortunately, in real life, businesses won't be getting money all the time. Most of the time, they will actually be making out some payments. En as 'n besigheid 'n betaling maak, dan kan jy mos nou nie die geld in die kontantontvangste joernaal aanteken nie, want die besigheid het nie geld ontvang nie. Okay, so nou het ons nog 'n joernaal nodig. En die joernaal wat ons by oefening 24 gaan kry, is die kontant betalingsjoernaal. Ons gebruik sommer die afkorting KBJ. Waar en die B staan natuurlik vir betalings. In English, it is known as the Cash Payments Journal or CPJ. And the P stands for payments. Okay. So in hierdie oefening 24, al hierdie transaksies wat julle voor julle sien hierso, alles is betalings wat deur hierdie besigheid Gert's Automotive gemaak word. En ons moet alles aanteken in hierdie besigheid se kontantbetalingsjoernaal vir Julie 2013. Okay. So all of these transactions is payments and we've got to enter all of these payments in the cash payments journal of this business, Gert's Automotive, for the month of July. Okay, so now let's have a look to see how does the cash payments journal look. In actual fact, it will look quite similar to the cash receipts journal. Okay, but let's start off with the first transaction and then I'm going to help you with one or two of these transactions and the rest you're going to have to do at home. The first one starts on the 3rd of July. Okay, en ek gaan hom sommer in Engels vir jou lees. Bought a building from Haas Estates and paid by check number 1, 440,000 rand. Okay, in Afrikaans, koop 'n gebou van Haas eiendomme en betaal per check nommer 1, 440,000. Okay, nou die eerste ding wat jy kan vir jouself duidelik sien hierso is dat jy het geld uitgegee, jou besigheid. Wat het jy gedoen met daai geld? Wat het jy gekoop? 'n Gebou. Okay, by wie het jy dit gekoop? By Haas eiendomme. Okay, how did you pay for it? They tell you paid with a check. Now, you will notice in this exercise, most of our payments, well, about 99% of our payments will be made by check. Okay, now, nowadays, checks in real life isn't used that regularly anymore. So baie keer waar jy nou 'n check hierso in die oefening sien, sal 'n besigheid waarskynlik sommer net elektronies geld oorplaas in die rekening van die ander besigheid wat hulle betaal. Okay, maar dit maak nie saakie. Vir jou doeleindes, most of the payments will be made by check. Okay, so now we've got to enter this transaction. Obviously, it's going to be in the cash payments journal. So let's go and look at the cash payments journal. Okay, I'm just going to open it. Okay, there you see the cash payments journal. Okay, so I said the abbreviation is CPJ. Okay, now let's try to enter this transaction. It took place on the 3rd of July and they said we paid with a check. Now we can't write out the word check, so we're going to be using the letter C, which stands for check, en in Afrikaans T wat vir check staan. Dan staan daar naam van nemer, name of payee. That means, whom did I pay with this check? To whom is this money made out to? It's made out to Haas Estates. Okay, Haas Eiendomme. Dis 'n eiendomsagentskap vir wie jy betaal het. Okay, hoeveel het jy betaal in die bank? Gaan na R440,000 uit jou rekening uit gehaal word en dit gaan dan natuurlik Haas Eiendomme gaan bank toe gaan, hulle gaan daai cheque wissel en die geld gaan in hulle rekening inbetaal word. Okay. But now I've got to show for what is this money used for. Okay, what did you buy? You bought a building. Okay, now it's not wages, it's not consumable stores, it's not stationery. Now if it's not one of these, as in the case of the cash receipts journal, then we're going to use the sundry column. Okay, so dan skryf jy die bedrag daar by bedrag, 440,000, en nou moet jy hier by besonderhede die rekening se naam skryf, wat ek gaan gebruik as ek 'n gebou koop. Nou die rekening wat ons gaan gebruik, se naam is grond en geboue. Okay, want die gebou staan op eiendom, né? Hy staan op 'n stuk grond. So it's called land and buildings. There, I'm showing it to you. Okay, so that's the first transaction in your cash payments journal. Okay, so let's move on to the next one and see if we can enter it. It's not really that difficult. Okay. Wissel 'n kontantcheck vir wisselgeld. Ek is nou hierso by die 4de. R4,000 en vir verbruiksgoedere R5,000. Okay, en dan is daar weer nog 'n check ook op die 4de. Okay. Maar ons doen een check op 'n slag. So kom ons begin by die eerste transaksie weer. Wissel 'n kontantcheck. Okay. So they're telling us it's a cash check. Okay, now remember cash check means when the person that receives the check goes to the bank, the money is paid out in cash. It's not paid into that person's bank account, it is given to him in cash. Now he wants to do two things. Your business wants to do two things with this money. R4,000 of the money will be used for cash flow. Nee? Wisselgeld in Engels noem ons dit cash flow. R5,000 of the cash will be used to buy consumable stores. So the total of this check, what do you think the total should be? Yes, that's correct. R9,000, né? So jy gaan bank toe, jy wissel die check, die bank betaal vir jou 9,000 kontant, 4,000 van daai 9,000 gaan jy vir wisselgeld gebruik for cash flow, and R5,000 of that money you're going to use to buy consumable stores. Okay, now can you remember what is cash flow? Wat is wisselgeld? Dit is die klein geld wat jy in jou kasregister gebruik as kliënte kom goed koop by jou, né? So jy gaan waarskynlik vir die kassier by die bank sê, gee vir my R200 note, R100 note, R50 note, R20 note en so voorts, dat jy 'n klomp klein geld kan hê. Okay, dit is wat wisselgeld mos beteken. Okay, so let's go and enter this transaction in the cash payments journal. En daar in die agtergrond hoor jy Pietertjie wat sy lockdown geniet. Dink die lockdown is dalk nou al 'n bietjie lank vir hom. Dalk voel jy ook al so. Okay, right. So what check number are we going to use? We're just going to continue with our numbers. So the first one was check 1, so this will be check 2. Okay, now they said the transaction said it was a cash check. Okay, so ons skryf net daar kontant. Ons weet nie by wie het ons die verbruiksgoedere gaan koop nie. Hulle het nie vir ons gesê nie. Ons het nie 'n check spesifiek vir 'n besigheid uitgemaak nie. Ons het ons geld by die bank gaan wissel deur 'n kontant check bank toe te vat. Okay, so die totaal van daai check, dis ons net een check, is R9,000. Okay, nou van hierdie geld is verbruiksgoedere, consumable stores, 5,000 rand. The rest of the money they said was used for cash flow. Okay, we don't have a column for cash flow, so we've got to use sundry again, 4,000, and we're just going to call it cash flow, wisselgeld, né? Baie maklik. So jy sien, hierdie twee bedrae moet vir jou die totaal van bank gee wat 9,000 is. So jy het met hierdie cheque het jy twee goed gedoen. Jy het verbruiksgoedere gekoop en jy het ook dit gebruik vir wisselgeld, kleingeld in die til. By the way, wat is verbruiksgoedere? Verbruiksgoedere is goed wat jy in jou besigheid gebruik en soos wat jy dit gebruik word dit op. Okay, nou hierdie is 'n automotive besigheid, so miskien werk hulle in voertuie en hulle dalk sekere goedjies nodig om die voertuie reg te maak, miskien rubberpypies, clamps ensovoorts. Okay, dis verbruiksgoedere wat natuurlik 'n uitgawe is. Okay, but there's also another transaction on the 4th. Okay, so let's go and look at the next transaction that also takes place on the 4th. Okay, it says ek gaan nou sommer, let's go to the English. Okay, the next sentence says, issue a check to Jarvis suppliers for equipment, 54,000, and for consumable stores, 5,200. So how many checks did I issue to Jarvis suppliers? Only one check, okay? I'm paying for two different items. I'm paying for equipment and consumable stores. But because I'm paying the same business, I'm paying Java suppliers. I only need to write out one check for them. Okay, so let's try and show you this one. Okay, we're going to use the next check number. Okay, and then the name of the business I'm paying, Java's suppliers. Okay, now some of this money was used for equipment and some of it was used for consumable stores. So there is a column for consumable stores, so I can put the 5,200 underneath consumable stores, and then the rest of the money is for equipment. I don't have a column there for equipment, so I'm going to use the sundry, and I'm just going to write in the equipment. Okay, but you would have noticed that I left open bank. How do I know the total of bank? I just add those two amounts together. And there is the total, 59,200. Okay, the last transaction in this cash payments journal. Okay, let's quickly go to that. I'm skipping the rest now. They're all basically the same, but the last one is a little bit different, so I just want to get to that. Okay, it says, the bank statement from Detail Bank showed 680 Rand for bank charges. But before that, there's also one for the salaries. But I'm just going to show you the very last one. This one that says, the bank statement from Detail Bank showed 680 Rand for bank charges. In Afrikaans, die bankstaat van Detail Bank toon 680 Rand se bankkoste. Okay, nou om 'n bankrekening te hê, kos ook geld. Die bank gaan vir elke transaksie wat hulle namens jou hanteer, gaan hulle jou 'n fooitjie vra en al hierdie gelde noem ons bankkoste, bank charges, which is the expense for the business. Okay. Nou onthou nou, ons gaan nie die bank betaal met 'n cheque nie. Hulle gaan dit sommer outomaties van ons bankrekening aftrek. En as ons dit dan moet gaan aanteken in ons kontantbetalingsjoernaal, by jou laaste transaksie, jy sal sien daar's 2 nommer 31. Onthou, ek het nou net die tweede sin gelees. Ek wys jou net die laaste transaksie wat op die 31ste plaasgevind. Jy moet weet wat die bank se naam is, okay? Die bank se naam sê dat daar is Detail Bank. Maar wat van die dokument? Ons gaan nie vir Detail Bank betaal met 'n cheque nie. Hulle gaan die geld sommer outomaties aftrek. So waar gaan ons dit sien? Op die bankstaat, the bank statement. So this won't be a check, this will be BS. Okay, then the amount, 680 Rand, and this is called bank charges. There's no column called bank charges, so it goes to sundry, and the bank charges, bankkostes. En as jy alles klaar gedoen het, dan moet jy mos elke totaal mos optel, né? Jy tel mos so op en dan kry jy 'n totaal daarso. Okay. You can also look on page 56, the previous page. There's also example of the cash payments journal. Hopefully this video will help you. And I think if you compare this to the cash receipts journal, it's maybe a little bit easier. And the reason I tell you that is if you look at the fourth, if there's two checks on the same day, like on the fourth, I don't need to add those two together to get a total for the day. Okay, because each of these checks are going to be cashed separately. But if you remember correctly, in the cash receipts journal, if there was two receipts on the same day, I added them together and I took the money once to the bank to go and be deposited, which isn't the case in the cash payments journal. So that's why it's a little bit easier. You can just enter each check separately. That's why you don't have a column there called analysis of receipts, né? Ontleding van ontvangste soos wat jy in die KOJ het. Is daar nie in die KBJ. Reg. Sterkte julle en ja, ek hoop om julle gou weer by die skool te sien. Ons kyk maar.